Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well today. I'm Paul Apollonia. I sell on eBay is my main venue. I also do Amazon, Facebook, and a few other venues. We're going to go over what I sold, a selected items of what I sold on eBay from March 4th to March 17th, 2019. Hope everyone is well. I also do eBay training, small group, large group, and I also do online training via Skype and Zoom and whatever you got. Also run the Raleigh eBay eCom Meetup group. We're meeting second Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. to 8:45. Let me get started here. I'm going to show you some of my wins and some of my I believe in being open and honest. Not every sale is a mega sale. My average profit on each sale is probably $15, $25. I do have good sales most of the time, but those are my average earnings. I also do consignment and I part out items. Parting out is my main way of getting items for eBay. So here we are, another gas tank. I saw a lot of these gas tanks. I'm sure you guys are getting bored with me showing you these gas tanks. Same thing, made about $14 on this. Again, I always show the inside of the tank to make sure that people see it's clean. I clean it up before I take that picture. Make sure it does not leak. Put some gas in it, slosh it around, make sure there's no gas coming out of the seam here. And if it's not leaking and it's clean inside, I list it. I use a little bit of vinyl cleaner and then a little bit of vinyl protectant to clean up the tank a little bit. It takes me about a minute to do that. I believe in cleaning items up the best you can before you sell them. Made about $14, $15 on that sale. Let's go to the next item. Again, more vintage Matchbox trucks from a friend of mine I'm doing consignment for. His father passed on and he had a whole bunch of Matchbox trucks and cars, most with boxes, but some without boxes. I'm very clear when I list them to say no box. And if the box says damaged, I say damaged box. The boxes are really hot. You could sell the box itself if it's in good shape for $30 to $40. I take pictures of all angles of the truck, of the vehicle. My consignment rates start at 50-50 split up to $100. Then it goes down from there. But people are happy with my consignment. I've been doing it for years. I like it. It is not for everybody. It works for me because I'm not out there thrifting. Thrifting is not something I really enjoy. I do it every once in a while. So I made about maybe $15 on this. It goes first class. I did have these I was charging for shipping on these at one time. Then I moved them all to free shipping because it seemed like all the ones that were selling had free shipping. So I just bumped the price up a little bit to allow for free shipping. I normally don't do free shipping on items, but if the item I want to sell is going for free shipping, everybody's doing free shipping, I do what everybody else is doing. Go to the next one, a lawnmower bag. I do a lot of parting out of lawnmowers. I got a bunch of lawnmowers from a friend of mine that was, he specializes in motorcycle parts, and he got a whole bunch of mowers. He called me up. I went down and picked them up. Been selling parts from that pile for a while. This bag was in okay shape. It wasn't great, but I got the whole lot of lawnmowers for like $35. So this was like pure profit. Says, please read. I forget what the issue was with this, but it says, has wear, but functions, dirty, not responsible for part not fitting. That protects me if somebody buys it and doesn't know if it fits their mower or not. I don't know what the issue was with this bag. I can't remember. There was something with this bag. I don't know. I think it was something. Oh, here it is. There was wear on the edges. You see the edge of the bag where the frame is? That picture isn't that great, but right there is the wear. I want to make sure that people see that. Sometimes I have, please look at photo numbers. and I picked the photos and tell them what numbers to look at. I probably made about $23 on that. Go to the next item. These clock radios, don't pass up these Sony Dream Machine clock radios. They're not going to go for a lot. I think I paid $2 for this. Yes, I got this at a thrift store. It took a little while to sell, but I probably made about $11 on it profit after shipping and expenses and my couple dollar that I paid for it. It did work. I really didn't know how to use it. It's been a while since I've used a clock radio. But I take all angles. I always take a picture of the battery compartment showing that there's no acid. If there's acid in there, I try and get it out with some vinegar or baking soda mixture with water. That usually removes it, but most of the time there's no damage. And if there is, I always state there was damage, but I cleaned it up. Always take a picture of the model number and whatever numbers are on there. Take a picture of the back and so on. So those go, they do sell. They may take a little while. Some people call them long tail sales when they're in your store for a while. Here is a Bosch. I always talk about these Bosch dishwashers. I have it set up on Craigslist. I look for these in the free section. People just give them away. I do very well with Bosch parts. I make a fortune. They are a little difficult to take the whole dishwasher apart. I've actually taken a few Bosch dishwashers to the dump. They still had the wiring harness in it, but this one it took about 10 minutes to take the wiring harness out. It's quite involved. Bosch's are built to last. It takes a little bit to take the whole thing apart, but I got it for nothing. I probably made $21 on just a wiring harness. The dishwasher racks, the racks you pull out to put your dishes in, they go for about, you'll make about 50, 60 bucks on those profit. Make sure you price them high. Even if they have rust, make sure you show that it has rust. As long as everything is secure and there's a little bit of surface rust, you'll probably make about $30, $40 on that one. Just take pictures of the rusted areas. Blower housings to a lawnmower. Obviously, this is the part that you pull, and it's basically a little shroud over it. You take it over. This one goes for a lot of money because I know it does. They're hard to find. This is for the overhead cam Briggs & Stratton motors. I'll show you. I always take a picture of that lump there. That's where the overhead cam is. They're hard to find, very hard to find. This one was working fine. Pulled it off a mower, the same group I got from a friend of mine from the bag. It did very well with this. Probably made about $27 after shipping and expenses. This is a motor out of a vacuum cleaner I found on the side of the road in the trash. Pulled over, grabbed it, pulled it out. Did not make a ton of money off of it. Only took me probably about 10 minutes to take it out of the vacuum cleaner. The person was thrilled to got it. I take all angles. Always make sure, again, I am very meticulous on taking pictures of the model number and whatever number tags are on there. Here's an item that I actually let go twice before on dishwashers, a Bosch front door shell or skin. It is stainless steel. This one, just for the heck of it, kicks. I saw one listed. Mine had a little dent in it. I made sure I stated that and I showed a picture, what to look for. Little marks on the handle, and every part, every item I get from Craigslist, I'm going to part out. I always take a clear picture of the model tag. Where is that at? I'm sorry. Right there. And I always show that in every listing for that item. I was shocked this thing sold. I sold it within 2 or 3 days. I probably made about $45 on this. Took me all of about 5 minutes to take it off. So there is money in parts, people. This was a magic bullet that I got. Somebody gave me. I don't even know if it was as a gift or somebody gave it. One of my consignment people just said, just take this. It sat on my counter for years. And I sold all these for not much. Probably made about to $12 maybe after expenses and shipping. Here I was mentioning in the last video or one before that, microwaves parts go for good, decent money. You're not going to make a ton of money off of each part, but in the end, you'll probably make about 50, 60, 100 bucks off of all the parts. Here is the door to that tray that I sold in the last video with the chip in it. That's the door. Took me, I'll be honest with you, a little while to get the door off. I couldn't figure out how to get it off, but once I got it off, cleaned it up a bit, and sold it within about a week. And here again, here is the model number from the microwave that I showed you before, that I always have in the last picture. I keep my descriptions very short. People don't have time to read long descriptions. People are buying things on smartphones and tablets. 80% of the sales on eBay is done through tablets or smartphones. I always try and use as many item specifics as I can. That's very important for Google. Each day, eBay uploads their listings to Google, and this is where Google gets all the information. So when you Google an item and you see an eBay listing, it's probably because they had really good item specifics and they were following all of what I just told you. I didn't make a whole lot off of this. I think shipping, I should have done calculated shipping on this. I probably made about $12 on this, but I made part money off of the other parts. Here is a Masonic Bible that I got out of a house that I was clearing out. A realtor called me, I know. He said, "You want to clear out a house for me?" I went, "Sure." I gave him a price to clear it out. He said, "Sure." I made tons of money clearing it out, and I made tons of money getting rid of everything that I got out of the house. Not a big sale. Bibles and these type of things sell pretty well. They may be a long tail sale. Remember, that means it's going to stay in your store for a while, but it will sell. Probably made about $12 on this. This was pretty beat up. It had writing in it. I always state that. In here is worn, has writing in it. Same thing here. I double my descriptions. I basically put this, same thing here, same thing there, so they see it twice. Couldn't find too much specifics to put in there, but I tried my best. Another part from the dryer that I got for free on Craigslist. What I do on Craigslist is Craigslist has a thing called email alert. I know many of you heard this over and over again, but I want to tell the newbies and the people that are just getting on my channel about it. Do an email alert where they have a thing where you can have Craigslist email you whenever somebody posts something. So I have in the free section, I have email alerts for dryers, washers, lawnmowers, chainsaws, anything that I know I can part out real quick, dishwashers, stuff like that. And this is one of the dryers I got. I got a washer and dryer for free. Actually, the dryer worked. I was going to use it for my home, but I got kids that like to load the washer with too much clothes, and the dryer was too small. So I made from the washer, I made about $450 profit from the parts from this dryer. I think I'm at about 150, 175. Example, I made probably $17 off of this part right here. This was off of my desk lamp. I replaced my desk lamp, and I was actually carrying the lamp to the trash, and I thought, well, the lamp's broken. Actually, the lamp wasn't broken, but it was just so old and dirty and whatever. But I thought, I wonder what the globe goes for. I figured, all right, let me put the globe on eBay and see what it does. And I sold that thing within 2 days. I didn't make a whole lot of money on it, but I put it in a box with packing peanuts, which I normally don't use packing peanuts because they tend to get in every nook and cranny of an item. But since this was a glass globe, I decided to use packing peanuts. It arrived safely. The guy was thrilled with it. I take pictures of all the angles. I'm very crazy with measurements and a yardstick, so they see how big it is, length and width, underneath. I tried my best to put item specifics. I couldn't really find too much, but it sold. That's all I know is it sold. We have about 6 more items to go. I'm trying not to keep this long. I know you guys are busy. I really appreciate you watching. Another lawnmower bag. Lawnmower bags, again, can sell real quick, or they don't sell at all, or they take a long time to sell. This sold in about 3 weeks. I get these bags for nothing when I get mowers for nothing. Just make sure, try and look up. I had the model number and everything. It fits multiple types of mowers. Troy-Bilts, MTDs, Boolins, Yardman, it fits tons. Make sure you take very good pictures. Here is the stuff off the mower. I since trashed the mower, took it to the dump, but I had all the model number information there. Make sure you measure everything. I am crazy with a yardstick with my listings. I actually have several more of these bags I got to list. I probably made probably like $30, maybe $29 on this. I usually Frankenstein a box for this. I usually just fold the box around it, cut it, fold it, and tape it. It looks pretty crazy. Sometimes I use 12 by 16 boxes from the big box hardware store, and I, what do you call it? Canoe them, put one box on top of another, push it down and make it bigger, or I Frankenstein a box, whichever works is faster. You have to remember, sometimes I spend a lot of time making a box when I could just do a bigger box and maybe pay a little bit more and not spend that time trying to make a box. Your time is money. Here's another part off of those Dysons I told you in the last video I got from a garage sale about 2 years ago. Long tail sales. They sit out in my store for a while. But I did sell this piece. This is the handle. I was very clear. Top part of the handle has wear. I showed the wear right there. See the little wear right there? I'm always very clear. That's a better picture of the wear. I never heard back from the buyer. I'm assuming he was happy with it. I probably made $25 on that sale. Oh, this is the gem. This is the gem of the gem of the gem. Believe it or not, I found this vacuum cleaner in a dumpster. Yes, in a dumpster. I was getting boxes, and I looked in. I went, "Oh my God, that's a vacuum cleaner." I thought, well, I could part it out. I took it home. I actually it sat in my garage for about 2 months. I know. I opened the bag up. It turns out that somebody did not have a bag inside that bag, so the whole bag was full of dirt. The vacuum cleaner was pretty cruddy looking. I believe in cleaning your items the best you can. I used to be an auto detailer, so I'm really good at cleaning items. I should have had a before picture of this, but I don't. I cleaned out the vacuum cleaner, vacuumed out all the, show you what I'm talking about. Inside here, this was all full of dirt, packed. Took me by about 15 minutes to clean this whole thing up. I looked, this is a special vacuum cleaner for soft carpets. I looked it up on Google, and I looked, there was one out on eBay. There were 2 out on eBay. They were going for about $110. I thought this thing looks like new. It ran like new. There was no damage to the motor because no dirt ever passes through the motor. Some vacuum cleaners, dirt passes through the motor when you don't have a bag. This one, the dirt does not pass through the motor. So I listed it, sold this sucker in 2 days, made probably about $110, $120 from a free item in the dumpster. Incredible. I don't get these gems every day, but every once in a while I get them. I love doing what I'm doing. I'm telling you, just finding this stuff is just incredible. Got about 4 more items to go. Another lawnmower bag. Same thing as before. I'm real crazy with the measurements. This is an older listing. This person asked me a lot of questions. Does it fit this model? Are you sure it fits this model? Are you sure? Or this, does it fit that? Driving me a wee bit crazy. I don't really answer I answer probably about 3 or 4 questions. After that, I sort of give up because it's pretty clear on what it fits. Please read. I always have a please read there. So They can see what's going on. Has a hard top. Always responsible. Last few photos has measurements of the bag opening. I told the guy to measure the mower. He finally bought it. He was happy with it. But probably made about $23 on that. Shipping was a little high. That's fine. Takes a while to ship these things. My business model, I don't have a problem charging a little bit more for shipping and making some money on shipping. I have to buy boxes, packing tape, bubble wrap. Even if I find all that stuff in the dumpster, I have to go get it. I have to sort it. I have to do a bunch of work. Oops, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. What is this? Oh, this is now these printers, sorry about that. These printers are throwaways. These are the throwaway printers you see everybody throwing away. I actually made a Craigslist alert for printers too now. This is the print head. Somebody gave me this printer. You know, these are these cheapy inkjet printers that everybody uses and then throws them away. I sold this. Didn't make a lot of money. It took me about 2 seconds to take it off. I saw the print head went. I sold the print head, and then I sold the power supply, which is one screw, and it comes out for $25. So I made probably $10 on this, and then the power supply, and I sold something else off of that. The tray, the paper feed tray, I forget. 3 more items to go. I don't know why this is doing this like this. This is a consignment item. Person I know gave me a trimmer. The engine, it's a cheap trimmer. I bundled all these together, looked them up. I figured, okay, $88.99 sounds good. $89.99 sounds good. Sold it within about a week. Again, I take crazy pictures of any kind of model number I can find. That's the tag off the trimmer, so you know what it's coming off of. Tried to use as many item specifics as I could. So it's a 50-50 split. So I probably made about $35, $40 off of this. Easy ship, just throw it in a big tube box that I had. Couple little bit of packing, bubble wrap, and that was about it. 2 more items to go. I don't know why this is doing this again. I'm so sorry. This is a low-end item. Again, this is from the Dyson vacuum cleaners I got from the garage sale a couple years ago. Not a big ticket item. They do sell. They sit in my store forever. In all honesty, I probably should just throw them away, but it's a quick ship. Goes first class, goes in a poly envelope, a little bit of bubble wrap around it or paper, and it's gone. And I make about $5 on that. I don't mind making $5 on items as long as they're quick ships and I'm not sitting there messing trying to ship it. This is our last item. Again, this is a drill bit. I told you in the last video, I did consignment for a guy I never met. About 4 years ago, he called me up. He said he had this big, he was a cabinet maker. I have this big, huge sanding machine I want to sell. I said, okay, can you send me a video? He sent me a video of the whole operation of it, of him putting a cabinet through it, whatever it was. I knew what this machine was. He sent me the model number. I looked it up on Google. I created a listing on eBay. My wife thought I was crazy. You're never going to sell that. I social media'd the heck out of that thing for a week. Twitter, a bunch of other avenues with it. Sold it within a week for $14,000. I got 10% from that. I was thrilled. My wife was banging her head against the wall, saying, "Oh, I can't believe you sold it." And he gave me a bunch of these drill bits. I'm not a drill bit person. This is the 3rd or 4th one I've sold. They look new, but I'm not sure, but I have them listed as used. And I even say may need sharpening. Well, that is it for the period of March 4th to March 17th, 2019. I'm Paul Apollonia. Please hit the old like button if you like the video, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm always posting more videos like this and also posting videos on how to part things out for sale on eBay and things that I find, and I tell you what I'm going to sell off of it and what I'm not going to sell off of it. It's just as important to know what you're not going to sell when you're parting out something than what you're going to sell. Back in the old days, I spent hours parting out a lawnmower. I don't do that anymore. I know exactly what sells and what doesn't sell. It's okay to throw something away, as much as I hate it. Also do eBay training, like I said at the beginning, small group, large group, whatever your needs. Even do it via Skype and Zoom and whatever avenues. I also run a Raleigh eBay Meetup group. We meet second Thursday of the month, 7 to 8:45 at Panera on Glenwood Avenue. Check that out on Meetup. There's a link for that in the description below. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day, and thanks so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you get value out of these videos. Please leave a comment below. Thank you.